conversation with Donald Fehr, Executive Director of the National Hockey League Players Association. Was it a mistake to not include this in negotiating now? I know that's hindsight, but was it a mistake to not include it?
In retrospect, had anyone been able to anticipate this kind of an approach? Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But in the kind of bargaining we were in, first of all, we were focused on much larger things.
Sure.
And the players made very large concessions to the owners. And the response appears to be they weren't big enough.
That does
have more.
It does raise the question, and it's something that hockey fans will be concerned about. They'll be looking at the reaction of players to this announcement, hearing your reaction. Does this, Donald, possibly have could it do irreparable harm to labor negotiations going forward? Do some bridges have to be rebuilt here?
Well, all I can say is this, and I've said this before, and I don't think people really pay attention, when you say it. If the notion is that players will just say, oh, well, this is too bad, or the CBA didn't provide for it, or we wish it were different, and we can just go on with life as usual or as if this hadn't happened, I think that that's a very, very, very unlikely possibility. Second thing is, you have players who basically say, all of them that have a chance to play on an Olympic team, this is either my only possibility or my last possibility to play. Because nobody in a game like hockey can be assured that in 2022 or 2026 that they're going to be in a position to be on an Olympic team. So this is an irreversible decision. This is damage which lingers for a long time. And being on an Olympic team, I've said before, has a patriotic element to it. It means something. It means something in the community in which players live and where they come from. And it lasts for their entire lives. And we're basically just taking that away from them because, gee, we didn't get what we want. In the statement we issued, I said that a decent respect for the opinions of the players matters or ought to matter. And it's clear here that it did not. And that's too bad. And as I've said, we also think it's a very foolish and short-sighted marketing and promotional decision. But to go back to where we started, if the notion is that everybody will just forget about this, I suspect that's not going to be the case.